Hello loves, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be showing you guys how to do this milky set. Hope you guys enjoy it. So we're going to start by applying the tips. So I'm just using regular tips today, and I will be double tipping just because I needed just a little bit more of extra length. So I go ahead and apply my glue and apply my second tip just to make sure it fits right on the nail. Start clipping it down to the desired length and shaping it as well. So I went ahead and did that to all the nails, and right now I'm just shaping the nails with a 100 and 180 grit nail file just to make that a little bit more sharp. So I went ahead and repeated that on all nails, just making my taper square more sharp. And now we're just going to start by applying the acrylic. As you saw in the picture, we're going to be having some different type of acrylic application on these nails. So now I'm just shaping my almond for my nail. I just grab a medium bit and just kind of place it around, play with it until I have my shape, and repeated that in my index finger as well. So at this point, I don't really care if the almond is completely in shape, because we obviously, after the acrylic dries, are gonna go and file it to make it more in shape. And I'm using my Prettiest pink acrylic cover from Valentino, which is the same one I'm gonna use on the index finger and on the middle finger. So right here, you guys, I am so sorry. I am so out of frame, I know, but basically I just applied the regular pink, Prettiest pink from Valentino on the entire nail, and I'm just grabbing my blade just to have the straight cut on the nail. I'm so sorry I'm out of frame, you guys. Sorry, I'm new at this, editing and filming and all of this. I'm so sorry. So after applying my Prettiest pink, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Milky White. You guys, I made this color. I basically just mixed some white acrylic from Music Red and Glister Clear from Valentino until I have that kind of milky consistency. So I just apply that in the entire nail, and using the acrylic when it's wet, I just apply the little fimos or the little fruities. As you guys know, they're kind of thick, so I really like to just use the acrylic when it's kind of wet, just to kind of make sure they go in, just push them in the acrylic, if that makes sense. And I went ahead and applied my little dry flowers throughout the nail, just when it's still wet, so that way they glue better and they don't move when you encapsulate. What you see me doing right now is just grabbing a little plastic bags, where the nail tips come, and I just grab the nail and kind of, I don't know if that makes it, just pressure down on the nail just to make that whole decor on top of the nail flat. I just grab now a little bit more tiny little wet pearls of that milky acrylic, just to kind of have the milky look, kind of they're sinking in the nail type of vibe, and make sure cover what I don't like, how it looks and stuff like that. So I went ahead and repeated that in all nails when I where I wanted to have my milky nails. So basically, just following the same thing over and over, just making sure they look how I want it before I encapsulate them. Right here, what I'm doing is just filing my almond, making sure it's sharp and nice before I apply the flowers and the little fruities, just because I want my almond to be very sharp. So I go ahead and I do this to both of my fingers, which is my index and my ring finger. After applying all my milky nails, encapsulated all nails. As you can see, I just started with a pretty big bead of the clear acrylic and just place it on the cuticle of the area and just further down. I make sure I have my finger pointing down, just the way the acrylic would flow naturally. To the tip of the nail, so I don't have to work so much on it. And I go ahead and repeat this to all my nails. Right now, I'm just gonna grab my same 100 grit file, and I'm just gonna shape the nails one more time. I'll shape from side to side, just making sure that they're nice and straight, since I'm going for that taper square look. And I just wanted to say that this is the way I do things. This is not necessarily me telling you guys this is the way you're supposed to do things, and this is just the way it works for me. If you have a better technique, go ahead, make your life easier. By all means, this is just me giving you guys some ideas and just showing you guys basically how I work. All right, so right now, I just foot in hand and just kind of see the nail furrow profile look, making sure they're straight, making sure the shape is on point. And now I go ahead and file. This is the Tony Lee cuticle bit file. It does not cut, you guys. I mean, it's safety bit. It will not cut your client at all. And I love it because it takes all that acrylic down like butter, and you just have that awesome finish. Now I'm using my safety bit. I got this from Amazon. It's just a medium bit, and I just file straight down, like up and down, just straight, making sure I lift it so I don't burn, my client, which in this case was my sister, because quarantine. I can't take any clients right now. But yeah, so I just go from side to side, making sure I don't have any lumps, making sure that my apex is on the right place. You see me going under the nail just because I added that double tip, so I wanted to make sure I have a smooth transition on it. Right here, I just grabbed my sanding band, which is a 180 grit, and just kind of buff all the nails just to have that smooth look. Just because I don't use a buffer, I feel like this will give it just a better look. And I go ahead one more time and just make sure my shape is the way I want it to be, and just double checking that everything's right. And I like the shape, and most likely that my client, aka my sister, loves the shape. After I file with the sanding band, I just go ahead with my nail, my file, and I go on top of the nail using the 180 grit, and I just grab the file straight and I go from sidewall to sidewall, kind of like in a circular, like a curve motion, just because I like my nails to have that kind of like a smooth C curve on top. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah. So after I file the nails, I just went ahead and spray my sister's hand with alcohol and just really dust them off, because you don't want any like dust in your nails when you're applying the gel, because that looks horrible on the nails. So after I dust them off very good, then I start my bling application. And yes, it's bling, they're not real Swarovskis. I got this from Amazon. And what I do is I just grab my glue, but it's a gel glue, and I just apply a little strip with my dotting tool, and I go ahead and apply the top coat that I'm gonna use on the nail, and just place the blinks the way I want it. And right here I did a little close-up for you guys to see it. So I just grabbed the little gel glue, apply it with a dotting tool, and I'm using here my Wonder Gel, which is a shiny coat, and just applying in the entire nail on top of the glue too. And I go ahead and apply my bling and cure it. I do the curing process for each nail at least 30 seconds, just because I don't want my bling to move. And then when I finish my my whole set, I just put the entire nails for a full 60 seconds. As you can see, I just wipe side to side, because sometimes when you apply the gel, it tends to disfigure the shape that you created. So I just like to wipe it off using gloves, because you don't want to develop any contact dermatitis using just your hands. And yeah, so that's one way I have to just have my shape the way I want it. So I just repeated the process on all the nails. As you saw in the picture, I'm gonna have a matte nail, which is the middle one. It's the only nail that I use a matte top coat. And I just wanted to say right here, I'm using just cuticle oil, any cuticle oil you like, and just applying it on the cuticles, giving a soft massage. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching my video and coming back to my channel, showing me some love. Don't forget to give me a like, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my channel, share. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the love and support, and I'll see you again in another video. Bye.